Welcome to the PSA World Tour. We've started the new year with a real bang, coming back to the iconic Tournament of Champions here at Grand Central Terminal. It's the JP Morgan Tournament of Champions 2020, and it really has been a very exciting event. Coming up later at 8 p.m, we've got the men's semis. Ali Farag, the world #1, taking on the current world champion Tariq Momin, followed by Kareem Abdul-Gawad, previous winner of this event, taking on the world #2, Mohammed El Shabaghi. But first up, we've got the women's semi-finals. A little bit more of an international spread. Camille Serme, the #1 from France and the #5 seed, taking on Nouran Gohar, the #3 seed from Egypt. And then Joelle King, the Kiwi #1 and #6 seed, taking on the world champion and #2 seed, Noor El Shabini. I'm Joey Barrington, and joining me here, we've got Aisling Blake and Paul Johnson. Now, PJ, this event has been iconic for years and years. We get to play in some very, very amazing places like the Pyramids, but this one, the crowd's coming in from the earlier rounds, and it has got a special status on the PSA World Tour.
Yeah, that's one of the many great things about this sport, Joey, the diversity. From the Pyramids in Giza, Royal Albert Hall in London, Union Station in Chicago, and now here, Grand Central Terminal in the heart of the city in New York. Fantastic, 750,000 commuters making their way through the city. Massive squash hub in and around this kind of central area of New York, and it's an ideal setting for what always produces so many epic matches and classic matches on the PSA World Tour.
And Aisling, John Nimick, who's the event promoter, he's got it pretty sewn up, as he's got the West Coast with San Francisco, he's got this one here. I mean, this event has been long running, it has been majorly successful, and it has got a fantastic history.
Oh, it does indeed. It actually, 1930 was the first time this event happened, and he says it's the longest running professional tournament. Now, viewers with an eye will dispute that because they'll say the British Open, but that was amateur. This is professional, and here it's been here in Grand Central Station for the last 23 years. It's a crowd favourite, it's also a player favourite. Everyone loves coming back here, and John Nimick does a fantastic job putting it together.
Well, looking ahead to tonight's semi-finals, we really do have an interesting quarter-final stage where the only real battle, which was the match of all the quarter-finals for the women and the men for me, was that astounding victory by Camille Serme over the world #1, Raneem El Welili, to book her place into the semis. Apart from that, guys, it's been quite straightforward matches coming into the semis in terms of the quarter-finals, those three loves through there. Now, looking forward to the match this evening, I mean, we've got Camille Serme, who's obviously been there. She's won major events, Aisling, on the PSA World Tour, former world #2, but she's had a bit of an emotional roller coaster in this event.
She has, and she's wearing her heart on her sleeve in this event, that's for sure. Winner of this event back in 2017. She came through into the quarterfinals last night against Raneem El Welili. Their head-to-head was an astonishing 17-3. And a 17-minute first game here kind of set the stall for how this five-setter would pan out. Raneem El Welili ended up going 2-1 up. Then Serme got herself together and forced the fifth. And then in the fifth, it was all Serme. Serme kind of went from strength to strength. And emotional scenes on match ball. She almost didn't believe she'd won it, because in the last 7 meetings, she has won exactly 0 of them. So she'd be delighted to get away with that.
And talking about Camille Serme, once again, she has an extensive entourage these days. She's always had a mainstay coach, Philippe Signore, high-fiving there, but she's got a mental coach, she's got a physical coach. I mean, in her corner, I think there's about 4 or 5 different people that she's got here. I mean, at times, do you think that can add a little bit of extra pressure and expectation?
Yeah, I think we saw, you know, mentally and emotionally, we saw the emotional roller coaster that she was going through in the earlier rounds. She seems to have settled now, but there is the question of, is that mental coach doing his job?
Well, I think we all need it, particularly PJ. But PJ, talking about Nouran Gohar, she's known as the Terminator on the PSA World Tour. I mean, she's still very, very young relatively, and she's achieved, again, so much. I mean, she's quite ruthless in terms of the way she hits the ball, consistently hitting the ball probably harder than any of the women. And in terms of entourage, she's pretty much here on her Todd.
Yeah, unbelievable how she deals with proceedings, to be fair. But what's been so impressive for me about Nouran Gohar, the last 12 to 18 months, has really started to adapt and improve her short game. She was a nickname, well, she still is nicknamed the Terminator, and was renowned for just purely her physicality, but that was only going to get her so far, in my opinion. Now she's starting to bring in more use of height onto the front wall, more attacking play into the front of the court. The way that she dispatched of Alison Waters in her quarter-final was complete and utter domination from start to finish. If she can continue this kind of variations and pace mixtures, I think she's going to be a definite contender for this title, because she's really starting to find a rhythm. She's comfortable out the court. She's got the monkey off of her back of those major wins. As you say, she's still so young, so much more experience to come from her. And I've been massively impressed with her performance over the last year and a half.
She's a really interesting character as well, because on court, known as the Terminator, completely ruthless. Off court, in interviews, has a great sense of humour. And what I love about her is she just says it how it is. She doesn't beat around the bush. She literally says it how it is. And that kind of, for me, transcends into a squash and a maturity now.
I've been very impressed all round by her demeanour, both on and off the court. I think you can see the maturity off the court, you know, in those kind of interviews. She's actually still studying at school, and to still play at this dizzy heights and maintain the level she has, she's just one, you know, truly remarkable throughout. Class act.
Well, the favourite time for me anyway at this moment, I'm going to go probably for Aisling first, because PJ does have a tendency to copy Aisling. Aisling, this is going to be the who's going to get into the final, and by what score in this first semi?
Okay, well, I'm gonna go Gohar, and I'm gonna go 3-love. Camille Serme has never beaten her in a best-of-5 format. She's beaten her in a World Series Finals 2-love. She's never beaten her in best-of-5. Gohar has always come out on top on that in their head-to-head in the past 6 years. So that is why I'm going to go with a higher seed and favourite Nouran Gohar, 3-love.
PJ?
I'm going to agree with the victor, but I think slightly different scoreline. I think it's going to be a 3-1 victory. If you look at the time durations for both players, Camille Serme's spent over an hour extra on court compared to her opponent. I think that, as Aisling said, she's only beaten her once in a best-of-3s, so she struggles in the best-of-5s. I just think that Gohar's just doing everything right at the moment. I think the pace will be too much, but give a little bit of a chance to Camille Serme. I think she needs to win the first, but I'm still going for a 3-1 victory for Gohar.
Well, I'm going to go for it as well. I'm not really one to follow being a sheep, a bit more of a wolf myself, but I'm going to go for a Gohar victory as well, and I think I might actually agree with PJ for once, and it could be in 4 games. So you've heard it here from all of us. It'll probably go the other way. We hope it's a classic. I'm now going to hand over to your MC, Will Carling.
Welcome to semi-final night at the JP Morgan Tournament of Champions, the 2020 edition. In the semi-finals tonight, we've got one woman going for her 4th Tournament of Champions title, another woman going for her 4th major title, another woman going for her 3rd major title this year, and a 4th going for her 2nd major title overall. It's an amazing night. Let me get the first 2 contestants out here. Our first player, she's our number 5 seed and number 5 in the world. From France, please welcome 30-year-old Camille Serme. Her opponent is our number 3 seed and number 3 in the world from Egypt, 22-year-old Nouran Gohar.
Well, I have to say it, Will Carling is a bit of a doppelganger for Kiefer Sutherland, don't you think, from 24?
Yeah, exactly. Jack Bauer.
Yeah.
Straight out of 24, yeah. Hopefully he's not as useful with a gun, but he certainly looks very sharp out there, very impressed.
He's done a great job throughout the week. He's also a former squash player, Will Carling, and a public speaker. But the girls back on court now, and Camille Serme, I mean, the organisation of the French number 1 is considerable, Aisling. I mean, she is gunning everything towards this. We'll talk about the entourage, but for me it's the tactics. She got the tactics wrong when she played Gohar in the US Open. She was very upset about that, and she needs to use the height and break the play. The tactics are crucial for her here.
Absolutely. That's why, as PJ said, the first game is so crucial. She got blitzed off the court. Same thing happened to her in the British Open final, and it's extremely debilitating when someone comes out and beats you 3-love like that. But we keep saying she is one of these people, and her team, that they just go back. They spent hours analysing that video, and they figure out how to make those tactics suit her game again. But without a doubt, holding it, lifting it, and breaking up the rhythm.
Well, we've got Lee Drew, who's gone rogue in the crowd, and we're just going to hand down to courtside to see who he might have interviewing.
Thanks, Joey. Indeed, I have. I've got Camille Serme's longtime coach, Philippe Signore, here. Hi, Philippe. Thanks for joining us in such an important phase. I'm sure you'll be getting a bit nervous.
Too tense for the moment, so it's okay.
Well, obviously, Camille was tense in her first match. I thought she was very emotional in her second match, but then she got the match against Renee Melwilili perfect. What can we expect tonight?
I would like to get the answer, but I am not sure. I know that it's a big problem for Camille to be not tense, but we did everything before this match for Camille, so I hope she's okay. I am sure that she can play good.
Okay, well, just one answer here. I saw you practicing a lot yesterday. Is Camille ready?
Yeah, Camille is ready. Yeah, she is fit. She's not tired for the match before. So I think that she can play fit, and yeah, no problem for me.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you, Philippe. Well, Joey, we're going to go back to you.
Well, always interesting to hear from Philippe Signore. He speaks very, very good English. I think, Aisling, you thought that he couldn't speak English at all, but...
No, I never said that, Joey Barrington.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
You?
PJ, didn't she?
She did.
Yeah,
yes,
2 against 1. Nouran Gohar, who is coached by Omar Abdelaziz, doesn't happen to be here. Every time I see that, I still can't get... It's the same with Nour El Shabini, 22 years of age, PJ. I mean, she was a former world #2 when I think she was about 18 or 19 years of age. So, I mean, the amount to come from her is probably quite considerable.
He turned pro back in 2011, Joey, so you mean she's coming up to 9 years on tour, 22 years of age. I mean, it's got to be the youngest ever member of the PSA World Tour. What was she, 12? I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous. 8 titles to her name, but a lot of those are big titles as well. So she's really starting to kind of cement. I think potentially she could have. She'll be racking up there with amongst the greats, the Walilis, the Shabinis, to win those kind of that magnitude of event at such a young age. It's just, I mean, her peak is endless.
Well, Lee Drew's busy bee down there, and we're going to pick it up with Lee Drew down at courtside.
Yeah, indeed. I've got the Dark Prince with me here, Karim Darwish, a former world #1. How are you enjoying ToC not having to play?
Yeah, it's I really like ToC. It's one of my favorite events when I used to play, and it's the first time to be here without playing. So it's totally different feeling, to a totally different atmosphere. But still, the vibes is the same. The crowd is the same. They love it, and I'm really enjoying it so far.
Okay, really quickly, what can we expect from Nouran Gohar? We haven't got much time.
Well, it's a very tough match. Nouran and Camille, they have been playing a lot recently. Camille is in very good form. She beat Ranim last day, and Nouran is also in very good form, and it's going to be a very tough match.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you, Karim. Thank you. Back to you, Joey.
Short and sharp there. I still can't, when you see Karim Darwish, having played in PJ as well, I mean, he never smiled when he played, and he's obviously quite jovial and relaxed now, but good to see he's around. He's done an unbelievable job with the Wadi Degla club, and he's obviously here supporting Nouran Gohar, and she needs a bit of help.
Oh, he's done a great job with a lot of the players, Joe. It's nice to see someone like Darwish still involved in the game. He's heavily involved at the Wadi Degla club in Cairo, as you said. To have so much experience and somebody with such a wealth of knowledge in your corner passing on those pearls of wisdom can only be a good thing.
Well, Lee Drew is like Barnick, man. He's in the commentary box now. I'm going to hand over to him and Aisling Blake picking up this first semi-final.
Well, here we go. It's the first semi-final of the evening. Nouran Gohar, the Terminator, to start off this match.
Yes, let. Love all.
Well, it's going to be interesting between these two because obviously they met the last time when the British Open when they played. She was blasted off a bit by the Terminator, Camille Serme.
No let. I don't think you would have reached that ball.
Well, an early no-let for Serme. She's looking a bit quizzically at
One love.
Mike Riley.
I don't think you would have reached that ball.
Yeah, what a shot for Camille Serme.
And now 1-all.
Well, Aisling, how do you think Serme sort of can break down the effects of the Terminator? We've seen it before, there's just that onslaught the whole time. What tactics does she need to use here, do you think?
Yeah, well, we were saying that she did get it slightly wrong, didn't she, at the US Open? And actually catastrophically wrong, to be perfectly honest, because she tried to go pace for pace with Serme. So you would think that the lift would be very important. You would think that driving Gohar deep into the corners so she can't do the same to you would be very important. But then she has to open up the court. She can't be passive. She just cannot afford to spend too much time behind Gohar, because what happens is Gohar edges you ever closer to the back wall when you're actually almost out the door, and then she throws in the drop.
Well, there you go. That is a result of the pace on the drives that push Camille Serme into the back corners, and the trick of boast isn't even a very good shot, but it's effective.
Yeah, I think on the other hand, I think we'll see Gohar rather driving the ball into the back left corner a lot with Serme. She really favours hitting that Serme backhand. Not mid-court, obviously, but far, far into the depths of the court, so that she'll get a little bit of a lift or an opening. And of course, avoiding that volley drop from Serme.
The other thing is she's got to be extremely confident.
4-3.
You know, she only recorded her 4th ever victory on the PSA World Tour against Renee Mulally, so that has to make her believe that she can do something here.
Yeah, and already the body language is a lot more positive. She's tee position is quite high. You see that it's in that region just behind the tee line.
She's tried to top spin, roll a drop shot in on the rise. That's pretty tricky.
With the pace she's dealing with.
Serme's heart rate up at 183 has been the highest that I've seen so far. That's a great shot. I love the weight of shot on this, but she doesn't try to hit it too hard. She uses the pace of Gohar.
And now
just lets it guide into that back corner. Just not a bad response.
And now 5-all.
That looks like it might have just gone out above the line. A few big rallies here between these two.
Stroke to Gohar.
Crucial times in this first game. A couple of pivotal
6-5.
moments.
Very unfortunate for Serme to lose that on a stroke. I think we can summarise her game plan within that rally. As you said, when she's got somewhat of control over the ball, she uses the purposeful hitting and just the drop off of pace to get the weight of shot.
Well, talking of a weight of shot,
Yeah.
that's perfect from the
7-5.
Terminator.
Yes, let.
Yeah, she could have gone forwards to that. Good decision by the referee.
7-5.
That is a vicious boast. Don't think many people would be getting that one.
Nope.
8-5.
I mean, if Camille Serme is left stranded, then
know.
you know it's good.
And the worry is she's, you know, it's back end part of the first game, and it's the first time she's decided to use that boast. It's one of her strengths. It's a brilliant go-to shot.
That's a pretty good boast as well in response by
And out
Camille
6-8.
Serme.
Down.
Yeah, it's positive play from Camille Serme, stepping up the court, looking to take the ball early, but again feeding off the
7-8.
pace, and I think it's a good tactic to feed off that pace that Gohar generates.
Down. And out. 9-7.
I think Gohar's done really well just to be slightly in front for most of this game.
Yeah, she's actually the least successful player in this quarterfinals. She's never gotten past the quarterfinals in the Tournament of Champions. She was stopped by Camille Serme in 2017, which is hilarious given that she's so successful on the tour and she's the least qualified player to be in this in the semis rather.
Ten 7. Game ball.
3-game balls for Camille Serme.
Yes, let.
Gohar just getting stuck on that ball.
Ten-7, game ball. Down.
Well, she's missed it.
11-7,
The opportunity was
into
there. She
Gohar.
couldn't take it.
Gohar leads 1 game to love.
So Terminator takes the first game. Looked pretty controlled to me from Nouran Gohar. 12 minutes in total. 11-7 for Nouran Gohar, and it's the Terminator leading Le Panthère by 1 game to love here. Well, that was a pretty good first game, Aisling, but it was just Gohar that seemed to have an element of control in it.
Yeah, I was very impressed with Camille Serme's start, considering she's coming up on 200 minutes on court now here in the Grand Central. But she started really sprightly, and she's up high on the high tee position, but she wasn't able to stay in front of Gohar enough to do the damage that she needed. She got 1 backhand volley in that game, and that's her go-to shot.
She nailed that 1 backhand volley.
Yeah, you need a few more though, Lee, to get the points in.
Nouran Gohar looking fairly controlled, as she might, because that was a good performance in the first game by her. Nice and composed. The 2 traded points initially with Serme applying the pressure, but it was that run from about 5-all where Gohar really pulled away from Serme, made a big difference. Well, the composed Gohar back on the court, and she's ready to go here. She's obviously clearly feeling very good on there.
Yeah, getting that ball nice and warm. She wants it piping by the time Camille Serme comes in.
$15 seconds.
Well, Camille Serme has got a few questions to answer. She's trailing Nouran Gohar by 1 game to love in our first semi-final of the evening.
Gohar leads 1 game to love. Love all.
Star-studded box there, featuring Gaultier, Sal Mahani, Laura Massaro and Danny Massaro. Well, Camille Serme's heart rate peaked at 189 in that match, well, in this first game against Gohar. Her highest against Renee Mulally, so the highest recorded so far was 190.
Oh.
So she's not far off the top.
Down.
Getting into the red on the revs.
1 love.
Well, what a shot that is from Camille Serme.
And out 1-all. Yes, let. Play review. Ball. No, hold on. Ball was good.
Well, the referee convinced that the ball was good, but we're going for a review here. You know,
No.
Gohar's going to review when
Looking
she...
for a review?
Yeah, she's waiting.
Okay, yes.
You know she's
play
going to go
review,
for a review
Gohar
by
on the
her
yes, let
stance.
decision.
Yep, the
It's
cross
very
legs.
distinctive, yeah, exactly. Basically, if you ever bump into her and she's doing that, you know you're in trouble. She got a fair point here. Could this be a stroke? What do you think? Or is there a way up and round?
Well, that's clearly what
Is there a way
central
up and
referee
round?
saw first, is the up and around. Is there a way up and around? I believe there is.
It looks like there is from there,
Yeah.
doesn't it? But doesn't from the back, so... Well, the video referee agreeing with the terminator.
Stroke to Gohar, decision overruled. Gohar has 1 review remaining. And now 2-1.
That is a great shot.
That's it.
And
Ball
now
dying off in
2-all.
that back corner. Good use of strings, good weight of shot.
I feel Camille Serme has to almost do what...
Oh,
Oh dear, well,
you can't do anything with that.
And out.
stops me in my tracks
3-2.
completely.
That stopped everyone in their tracks.
Yesterday, Renee Melwalili got it slightly off. She tried too fast, too much, too hard, all of that stuff. And we were both saying that if she'd have played with a little bit more, less pace, she might have had more return. And I feel Camille Serme has to kind of find that balance in this match too. She can't just go
And now
completely passive,
3-all.
but hitting with purpose combined with a little quick dab at the front would be an effective strategy.
Yeah, I think when you play someone that wants to play at a fast pace and hits the ball ferociously hard, you have to try and
And
play
now
on your
4-3.
terms in terms of the pace. So, you know, you do have to mix it up and you can't be passive, but it has to be on your terms, I think. Easier said than done.
And out 4-all.
Working Gohar around the court into the corners. Yeah, it's good. Controlled rally by Camille Serme.
5-4. And out.
For the roar from the
5-all.
Terminator.
The roar and the stride. I'm
Yeah,
surprised
exactly.
Serme's not running for the hills, but Serme's made of sterner stuff than that.
No, me and you would run for the hills. Looking fast, Gohar.
Again.
The Gohar trickle boast is working a treat.
I know, and I think that's actually a very good shot.
6-5.
No, I didn't. I meant it was poorly executed
Oh,
the
yeah,
first time.
okay.
I didn't mean it was a bad shot.
Because if you have it, so the way Gohar goes into shots, like she wields her racket like a club. There's a little shake just before she hits, so that she gets an extra oomph on
Yes,
it.
lad. She knocked you off the ball. Okay.
Interesting.
Play review. Gohar on the yes-let decision.
Well, Gohar is going for the review here. I think this is interesting. Camille Serme going through, but she did get a significant knock as she went through. What do you think?
Yeah, she was knocked off. I feel it's going to remain a let.
Is it a winning shot? No.
No.
Then I'd say it's a let ball.
Yeah. If there wasn't that impediment, she's good enough to get that ball off the wall.
Yes, let decision upheld. Gohar has no reviews remaining. 6-5.
So a good review, well, a bad review by Gohar, but going in the favour of Camille Serme, so she'll be happy. Oh. Just
Court
slipped on the
service,
floor
please.
here. Sometimes the lines, when you get a little bit of sweat on there, they do become lethal.
And out 6-all.
Let's have a look as she goes back
yeah.
there.
Just on her right foot.
Thank you.
I mean, she's okay, fortunately enough.
6-all. Hand out 7-6.
Every time Gohar needs to produce, she does here so far. I don't think Camille Serme has really done anything wrong, and I think she's played pretty well.
Agreed, and the fact that she's still in it, and typically what we've seen, their matches have lasted, like their last match I think lasted 29 minutes, and what we've seen is the blitz starts in the early part of the second game, and by now it's 8-4, something like that to Gohar. So for Serme to just stay in this is it's a testament to that game plan, that strategy.
Oh, she was lucky. Well, luck shines on the brave here for Camille Serme.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what Philippe Signori coaches.
Shank it into the sidewall. Could be words had about that shot after.
Down.
Or another error from Gohar.
You see?
A few cracks opening up,
Yeah.
maybe because
8-7.
Serme is just plugging away and doing what she's needing to do. Yeah, brilliant shot from Serme, nicely killed. How costly are those
9-7.
two misses from Gohar going to prove? I mean, the power is ludicrous from Gohar.
We've hit the ice hockey power zone.
Oh, just got it wide and high enough.
Hand out. 8-9.
Yeah, it's good attack.
It was sitting up there. She was never going to get away with something like that, Camille Serme.
No. 9-all. Blink of an eye as well. Serme would have hoped that if Gohar was going to pull this back, it would have been through really tough rallies. Oh, she's absolutely thumped it into the middle of the tin.
Hand out. 10-9.
Maybe Gohar does feel nerves. One game ball to Camille Serme. Heart rate up at 188 beats per minute.
Yeah, that is a flashback of people used to target the forehand of Gohar so much. Oh, there it is!
Perfect. That's when you want the perfect drive.
Game to Serme.
Huge
One
cry
game
from
all.
the French contingent in the crowd. This is the perfect drive to finish off a game. Very impressive. That was a really entertaining game of squash between these two. 12 minutes, 11-9 for Camille Serme. She has equalised in this semi-final. It's one game all. Oh, Aisling, I think I need to catch my breath after that finish. There were some brilliant rallies at the end of that game.
Yeah, the entertainment is not stopping. A phenomenal comeback from Camille Serme. in this game. She's held on and she's negated the pace of Gohar just by chopping in the odd counter drop here and there. And she was aided by those three errors from the racket of Gohar to close out the game with an absolutely exquisite drive to the backcourt. Fantastic game for Camille Serme, 1-all.
Well, there is the star-studded box. Of course, Greg Gaultier in here supporting his compatriot Camille Serme. Laura Massaro just loves the game and will be here getting ready for the Joel King match, who's her charge at this tournament. Well, obviously we've got a match on our hands, which is great news for everyone. The bad news for you is that your prediction's wrong.
Yeah, I'm fired. Yeah, 1-all. Well, that's me out the window. Joey and PJ still have a chance.
What did they go, 3-1 to Gohar?
Yeah, they did.
Well, I want to see the response of Gohar. Serme getting on the court very quickly. Look, we're going to have to get going because the clock has struck 0 here.
One game all. Serme to serve. Love all.
Well,
Play, ladies.
we've got to go here. Got to start. Them's the rules. It's Camille Serme serving at 1 game all at the start of this third.
Down. And out.
Right, Aisling,
One
this
love.
is the start is absolutely crucial for Serme. What she can't afford to do is what she's just done, because when you've got Gohar just getting a little bit of doubt,
Yes, left.
you have to make it count.
Yep.
Because if she gets a confidence and gets a rhythm, gets hitting again,
One love.
it all just goes away and then she's back to where she
Yep.
was.
See Serme's heart rate slowly building up there. It's at 164 and it'll go up. So the sooner it gets up, the better, because it means she'll be in that zone again.
We're going into
So she's winning the
overdrive.
points.
And
I mean,
now
how
1
much
all.
better is the balance of her squash this time than at the US Open?
It's night and day. And the British Open.
Yeah, both.
She's learned so much from that. And it must have been, as I said, psychologically
Down.
very difficult to come out after the British Open. And then she
2-1.
beat Gohar in the World Series Finals 2-love, best of 3. To come out and then lose again in similar fashion in the US Open. So she's done a huge amount of work.
And now 2 all.
So for me, this third game is all about if Serme can stick with it, force her opponent to play one more shot. If there's a few errors, maybe 2 or 3 from the racket of Gohar, I believe Serme's going to get this game.
It's a very bold statement. It's a nice early attack. I reckon this is going to be a no-let.
And now 3-2.
Could we see a few winners from Camille Serme when she pulls away and takes the game?
I think so. And I also like how any chance she's getting into a bit of area trouble, she's throwing that ball up onto the forehand and forcing Gohar to hit it off the sidewall or back wall back there. Because that forehand isn't immaculate technically. There's a few little things there that Gohar struggles with.
Oh, massive taxi for Camille
And
Serme.
now 3 all.
She's off getting a yellow cab here in New York there. PJ will be purring in the wings somewhere, won't he, with this score?
It's the year he was born.
He says there's nothing between them, even if you're just standing with him and there's a game going on.
And out 4-3.
It's so fast. And the recovery, she was in big trouble there. It's hard to explain the power that Camille Serme possesses in her movement. When you sit at the side, and I recommend to anyone that comes and watches squash once in a while just to sit at the side, because you see the pace and the lunging and the power of players moving in and out of those front corners as well as there into the back. It is really impressive.
And out, 5-4.
Unless you're watching a friendly between myself and Aisling, then it's not impressive.
No, it's absolutely not. Yeah, it's Serme's absolute power off the tee that's always impressive. She bounds. She's probably one of the top 3 players, I would say, in the explosivity in first step movement.
What gives her that explosivity, do you think?
She's done a lot of work, she said, in the summer, changing up the physical trainer. So there's a balance. You've got to do some work in the gym with slightly heavier weights, but then if you get too heavy, you don't have the spring. So it's a very, very fine line between doing the weights and then adding in the plyometric stuff.
Down. Six, 5.
Well, Serme is just taking his ball earlier and earlier. Wonderful, brilliant, super from Camille Serme. What a great rally. Surely Philippe Seniori is smiling after that one.
And out, 6-all.
Nope, nothing. He's a hard taskmaster. Of course, she's got a sports psychologist with her here as well.
He's not smiling either.
No. This match has been so close, it's ridiculous.
It has, but it's got to be the turn now of Gohar to slightly change up the pace. Because if she doesn't...
Or go even faster.
There's 2 things that can happen. She is literally feeding the beast right now with that pace that she's playing at.
7-6.
Well, I think she's looking pretty controlled here. The first game, I thought it was Gohar. Back end of the second, I thought it's still in Gohar's hands, but I feel like there's been a bit of a shift here.
Yes, let. 7-6. Out.
Would you believe it? That's the cardinal sin, isn't it?
And out,
20
7
court
all.
sprints on the spot.
Followed by 10 press-ups. The eagle-eyed Mike Riley.
Shakes his head.
Bit of disapproval from him.
Not sure he's in a position to judge that, but however...
Good service, please.
Well, some serious athleticism from Gohar.
And out, 8-7.
Well, there's absolutely no chance I'd be getting up from that corner.
Thank you, gentlemen. And out, 8-7.
Well, is Serme going to be a little bit safer with this serve? Problem is, it's the way that Gohar hits the ball. You can't leave it off the sidewall. And of course, if you're lobbing, then you're going to bring it onto the sidewall, then you run the risk of hitting it out. Touch is nice from Serme. Did feel there, Aisling, that second drop was a
9-8.
little bit telegraphed. It's a bit obvious.
Yep.
Well, Gohar reading that exceptionally well. She knew that the first time she covered the drop, that time she backed herself to cover the cross court. She was all over it.
10-8, game ball.
Well, from nowhere, it's 2 game balls to Gohar.
Down.
She was always going to go for that.
And out. 9-10, game ball.
Oh,
Interesting.
Video referee decision.
well, it's the hospital pass to the video referee. The video referee's now got to work out what is going to be given here as the decision. What do you think? Is the player going towards
The player, I think, is going to the player.
rather than the ball?
Yep. I don't know if she can actually see the ball, but she's definitely not making any attempt to veer off her line.
In that case, what would you give?
I think I would still give a yes let, because Camille Serme has provided some interference.
Yeah. Well, a groan from the crowd getting into
9-10,
this one.
game ball, right side.
Got to get on that quickly.
Oh, she's missed it!
Well, that was a glorious opportunity for Camille Serme.
2 games to 1.
But it's the Terminator who storms off the court. Huge reaction from Nouran Gohar. 12 minutes again for that game, 11-9 for Gohar. And after 40 minutes of squash, Gohar's leading by 2 games to 1. Well, that really was in the balance right the way through, and sort of felt that Serme had done enough to win it.
Yeah, she was the one this time that edged out ahead, that played the big points quite well. But she was that point ahead all the time from the latter part of that game. Gohar just kept on trying to go faster and harder and harder, and finally she hit 1 or 2 shots above the service line, which definitely helped. But slightly fortuitous with this backhand boast into the tin from Serme, which gives Gohar the game.
Well, there is Noel Shabini's father in the crowd, always a very smiley, happy man. Can't blame him when his daughter's already won 4 world championships at the age of 24, and also won it here 3 times. Well, the crowd, it's packed in now.
Packed house, not a, we've been asked for tickets, haven't we? Left, right and centre, Lee. Not a seat to be had.
No. Nouran Gohar returning to the court.
$15 seconds.
So it's Nouran Gohar leading against Camille Serme by 2 games to 1 in our first women's semi-final of this year's Tournament of Champions.
Gohar leads 2-1. Gohar to serve. Love all.
Well, here we go. Good start from Gohar. That's a winning shot.
What? No let. One love. Down. 2 love. Down.
Could be trouble here for Serme. She
3
needs a
love.
response right now.
She does. Yeah, time's a ticking. You do not want that lead to stretch to any more than 3 points with Gohar. Oh!
Bang, bang.
Hand out. 1-3.
Just feel that Gohar is reading the options that Serme has so well. It's like she's one step ahead of her.
Yes, let. Courts. We need the court. Good. Yes, let. Serme from the right. 1-3. Down. 2-3.
You know that Gohar really is comfortable moving around the squash court when she throws in a boast that high and just walks in behind the opponent in the middle of the
Hand
court.
out.
Yeah, I agree,
4-2.
but I felt Camille Serme forced that because of the lift.
I just think that
There's-
Serme needs to back herself with that next shot then, though.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
been really positive. I feel like she's second-guessing ever so slightly, and then that little bit of doubt and hesitation gives
5-2.
Gohar time to move into position. Yeah, brilliant stuff from Serme. But again, Gohar making the French player hit one more shot all the time.
Hand out.
Against most people,
3-5.
that is a winner. Oh, it's a brute of a rally. Well finished by Camille Serme. Well, she's completely back in this game now.
She's
4-5.
She's done exceptional. She hasn't let that lead go much further than those 3 points.
Down.
Or the error from Nouran Gohar.
Five all. Stroke to Gohar.
Well, Gohar getting the stroke awarded to her.
Good service, please.
Ball just sitting up,
And out.
coming back too
6-5.
far. She was still in the line of her opponent.
Thank you.
Well, she's rolled it into the tin. She keeps trying to play that one on the rise.
7-5.
Such a risky shot.
Down. And out 6-7.
Well, that's a great shot.
Beautiful.
Well, she's missed a couple of shots on the rise where she's pushed through with a drop shot, but she doesn't make the same mistake on the backhand. It's such a
7-all.
difficult shot to execute. Got herself back to 7-all. Trickle boast again. She's played 3. She's got 3 winners.
And out.
Sparingly. That's why they're so effective.
8-7.
Camille Serme's heart rate down at 177. You wouldn't expect that at
No.
8-7 in the 4th game. Expect a big push.
Oh, squash gods are smiling at her today, that's for sure.
Where she conjured this one up from?
And out 8-all.
What a shot. Oh, that's got to be a stroke. She can't hit that. Oh.
9-8.
Oh, it's just stayed in. Oh, she's missed it. She's backed herself. Difficult position again, though, to hit that. Risky.
And out 9-all.
Oh, that was close. Oh, I keep holding my breath, Aisling. Well, the crowd want to see this go to a fifth, I think. I don't think they're all French.
And out,
Game ball
10-9,
to Camille
game
Serme.
ball.
It's unusual. Gohar opting to chip the ball around. Prime position for Serme. She's guessed. She's guessed right. Ball sat up. What's the decision? Video referee decision, or has he gone no let?
And now,
It's gone no let.
No let. I didn't hear him.
Player must win by 2 points.
I think Serme knew, didn't she?
Yep.
Tie break in this fourth game.
Out.
Would you believe it's one back? You can't. You wouldn't be able to write that. She can't believe it. Mike Riley, the referee, he'll be shaking his head
And
again.
out. 11-10, game ball.
Another game ball for Serme.
Down.
Oh, I mean, that one didn't even get close, that backhand drop. Tense times here. A determined-looking Camille Serme comes off the court and returns back to her corner. That was an edgy shot from Gohar. Not even close to the front wall. Huge moments here in our semi-final. 13 minutes, 12-10 to Camille Serme. The number 5 seed has levelled this match at 2 games all. We're going into a fifth. Well, you could not write or understand which way that was going to go. It just had everything, didn't it?
It certainly, well, at the start we thought we could ride it. Gohar had that 3-point lead and she kept it until 5-2 in that game. So it looked as if, you know, somewhat of the inevitable was going to happen. Gohar was going to steamroll the fourth. But Camille Serme is such a resilient fighter. The French tenacity coming through time and time again. And then with that serve out, which Gohar is going to have nightmares about, Camille Serme takes the fourth game.
Well, there, of course, is the event organiser, John Nimick. What a fabulous job he does every year here at the Tournament Champions. Just doing his rounds. He's a busy man all the time.
He is very proud of this event.
Well, he should be as well. It's magnificent, really. Should be proud, but more importantly, the players really rise to the occasion here at Grand Central Station. Camille Serme marching her way back on court. She's done so well to take this game into a fifth. Who knows which way it's going to go. Well, Nouran Gohar not ready at all here. She's made her way back onto the court. She's got herself on the court, but not ready to play.
2 games all. Serme to serve. Love all.
Well, it's the decider. Are you still thinking Gohar?
Well, it's very telling for me that Camille Serme hopped, skipped and jumped onto the court at the start of the fifth game, and in the start of the fourth it was Nouran Gohar who did the same. So, I mean, all our predictions are out the window, so we're basically all fired.
Well, mine
But
isn't.
yours, well,
And what was yours?
3-2.
Was it?
Of course.
Oh, yeah. And judging by the confidence Serme will have gotten from the 5th game of Raneem El Walili's yesterday, she came out really strong in that one. She got an early lead too. She'll want to do the same here.
And now 1-all.
But this 5th is mental.
Oh, that's a very good kill. Flattening on the backhand.
And out 2-1.
I think we're all going to need a rest after this. Not another 3 semi-finals this evening.
I know they've thrown the timing completely off.
Yeah, it's good from Gohar. She needed that. She just needs to settle it down a bit, doesn't she? But she was clearly feeling the tension at the back end of that last game.
Yes, lad.
Oh, there was a long way to that.
She'd have reached the ball without the interference.
She must have been tempted for a review. It's just a bit early.
She's too smart for that, though, isn't she? She's not going to risk that.
Just
come to the back end of the 5th. You might need it.
Oh, dodgy. That was the angle that did her there. She had to reach so high up. She's questioning the shot in the front right.
Ball was good. But stayed in.
Just realised that neither player asked for a new ball.
No. They'd have to do it at the end of the 3rd before they leave, not the 4th.
With the male players, you see that quite a lot more, don't you? Rather than the female.
That's going out. That sailed on out of the court. No doubt on that one.
And out 3-all.
Serme still really steady with her heart rate. 176.
Out. And out 4-3. Out.
It's a story of out of courts here, this game.
5-3. Down.
This is big. Gohar edges one more point on the board here.
6-3.
Yeah, it's a big lead.
Such a long way for Serme to come back.
This is significant. That's put away. Impressive from Gohar. She's going up through the gears here.
7-3.
What a shot. It's a winning shot. There's no chance of that being a let.
No let. Hand out. 4-7.
So just being bumped slightly there into the sidewall. big push required from the French player.
Oh. Yes, let.
Was their line through?
Both.
4-7.
I felt both players there were thinking about the review.
Yeah.
Whether they would do
Well,
it.
if I was Gohar,
Oh, I
I'd have
felt there
thought
was
about
a
the
line
review
through.
more
Yes.
than I would have if I was Serme.
Yeah.
Slightly fortunate, I would say, to receive a let there.
Thank you. 4-7.
Oh, she's got it. Oh, she can't get that one. The leisure centre boast, followed by the perfect drive from Camille Serme.
Here's a phrase you don't hear very often. The leisure centre boast setting up the winner.
Stroke to Serme. He had no swing. Okay.
Gohar going for the review. She thinks there's a bit of space.
Play review. Gohar on the stroke decision.
This could be a good shout from Gohar. What do you think? Do you think there was space?
She looks worried. I think she would have been better off reviewing the other one. But yeah, I think she cleared enough.
She definitely should have reviewed the other one, I thought.
Yeah, and she's given her opponent enough of the front wall to go for the cross court if she wants.
Yes, let. Decision overruled. Gohar was one review remaining. 5-7. Yes, let.
Cool, could she hit it? Camille Serme not batting an eyelid at that one. She's just
5-7.
carried straight on. I feel that Camille Serme needs this point.
Down.
She's not going to get it. She's missed the drop shot.
Hand out. 8-5.
Winning shot from Gohar. Again, the onslaught begins from the Terminator.
9-5.
Oh, we've seen that a few times where Gohar has had the ball sitting up and she's found the tin.
6-9.
Lifeline for Serme. Well, she's fighting away. Lepanta, Camille Serme not done here yet.
Certainly isn't. Gohar has given absolutely everything there.
7-9.
Yeah, she's playing some incredibly gutsy squash, Gohar. I think her retrieving has been as good as I've seen it.
Definitely up that.
Oh,
That's
no.
going to be a stroke.
Stroke to Serme, to Gohar, sorry.
That's a nightmare for Serme.
Hand out.
That's what tension does to you in a situation.
Looks all right.
3 match balls.
10-9
for
match
Nouran
ball.
Gohar.
This has got to be daunting for
10-7, sorry.
Serme.
10-7 match ball.
Oh, that's a massive movement.
No. Video referee decision on the ball on the left wall.
Oh, that was a big movement
Yep.
from Gohar. Was she just trying to get out of the way, or was she trying to win the point?
Bit of both. Bit of column A, bit of column B. She was trying to get away, out of the way, in my book.
So would you go let ball?
I would, yeah.
Of course, this is match ball. I think the initial step from Serme was up and the ball went a bit deeper than she thought, but it's that movement, you're not sure about it, so I want to see what the referees read the situation as. So they feel that was a false movement, I think, by Nouran Gohar.
I got it all wrong here. Stroke to Serme. Hand out. 8-10
Interesting.
match ball.
Perfect shot.
Perfection.
Well, this match just won't finish. Another match ball for Gohar. Serme needs to make this serve good.
9-10 match ball.
Certainly does, Lee. She has. Chance.
Oh, it was played in very, very cautiously by Camille Serme, but it was just good enough. What a comeback.
Amazing.
We're going into a tie-break in this fifth.
10-all. Each player has 1 review available.
He can't do anything.
He can, no. Hardest position to be in. Facing down the barrel of 3 match balls from Gohar.
There's a stroke.
Stroke
Is it?
to Serme.
Could it be? It is. There's a review coming. Serme's leg was in the air like a flamingo as she went to play that.
On the stroke decision.
I mean, this is, regardless of the outcome of this is a good move by Gohar, just to settle things down.
She doesn't force points on the trot there.
I mean,
Where's the ball,
The
though,
ball
Lee?
is by her leg.
But is that why it's lifted?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I'm not sure on review. This is a stroke. You have to be in a position to play this ball, surely.
So, safety let. Safety let.
Yeah.
Safety let, well reviewed by Gohar.
Yes, let decision overruled. Gohar has 1 review remaining. 10-all.
clipped the sidewall on that drop shot with the racket and then the ball. But it was good enough.
It was.
A determined looking Serme has a match ball, having saved 3.
I tell you, that face looks calm, but I bet that is like a swan under the water, underneath, mentally.
That's a terrible serve.
She saved one.
I can't hear what you're saying.
She's asking about the movement.
Want a review? Play review.
We're going for a review. Serme's not happy with the Gohar movement.
A no-let decision.
In the middle. I think Mike Riley, the match referee, was completely happy with it. Let's have a look. Is it just a natural movement with the shot? That's the question, Aisling.
Yeah, it looks fine to me.
No, I get you.
Now is not the time for Camille Serme to be getting concerned about the movement of Gohar.
Well, confirmation of that no-let. It was the serve that cost her. She overcooked it.
And now
nice idea. Just came out too far. Even Stevens again.
Cautious.
Well, it's a nice finish from Gohar. She's taken her opportunity. 4th match ball for the Terminator.
12-11, match ball.
Here's a chance. Backhand is relentless from Gohar. Well, it's a winning shot, it's a winning shot, no chance of a let. Another match ball saved. The drama continues here at the Tournament of Champions.
Play review, Gohar on a no-let decision.
I need to lie down, Aisling. Well, Camille Serme's heart rate is still down at 179. It's not even particularly high. Cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, very surprising. Winning shot.
Oh, we're reviewing this. Sorry, I lost myself there. For me, it's a winning shot.
No-let decision.
I was so convinced as a no-let, I wasn't even thinking about the review.
12-all.
Getting ever so slightly carried away. Being so cautious with those drops.
She is. I think if she's going for the winning shot, she has to smack it. She doesn't have the confidence in the drop. Just in the tiebreak, that's fair enough. It's the tiebreak, it's the 5th game. I get it.
Match ball.
5th match ball for Gohar.
She can't believe it.
Oh, I love the reaction and the jump afterwards.
And now
Little right smile out the back as well.
Dump in the face.
She thought she'd smash that. Sitting up again. Oh, it's a winning shot. She got it in a bit quicker. Still played it softly, but it's in just a little bit quicker.
14-12. 14-13, match ball.
Second match ball for Serme. Oh, it's gone down. It's the right shot. Gohar was off.
And now 14 all.
Can't believe it. Oh dear. Oh no, she's returned the favour immediately. That is just pure tension on the court. You can't blame them. It's unbelievably tense. We're talking about semi-finals of one of the most prestigious events on the PSA World Tour. Match ball Serme. She's done it. She's done it. Serme's held her nerve. She's closed it out. What a game. Unbelievable stuff. Well, you see what it means to the French team. I mean, what a match. Standing ovation for Nouran Gohar as well. The Terminator was so close, but Camille Serme, she's an emotional wreck here. She's coming off, she's finding a coach. Well, that was unbelievable. Well, we all need a bit of a timeout, I think, after that one. Well, that was a ridiculously gutsy performance from Camille Serme. She held her nerve at the end there, converted the match point after having saved 5 match balls against her. That is so dramatic. Well, Miles Alves, her fellow French player, congratulating her. Well, here we go. Camille Serme, she's going to have to regroup. The final moments. What a way to hold her nerve on that backhand volley. Huge moment in this. She did it. She held her nerve. Gohar missed a couple of opportunities, and it was Serme that was able to get it through. So gutsy and tenacious from Camille Serme. You could just watch it over and over again. And this is the final moments. This is what it means to her team. Well, hopefully Camille Serme has regrouped. Let's go and hear from our victor. She's with our MC, Will Carling.
Camille, first of all, congratulations. That match was an exercise in just perseverance, hanging in there and hanging in there. How did you do it?
I'm speechless. I don't know. I was, you know, Nouran is always such a fighter, and her nickname Terminator is such a good nickname. She's just hitting the ball so hard all the time, and it's funny because I usually don't see her tired, but today I could see some signs, and I thought, oh, maybe you have a chance, and so many things happened in my head during this match, but I can't believe I won. I was 10-7 down in the 5th, I believe, and I don't know what happened.
Well, let me just ask about the beginning of the match, because one of the things that it was clear that you were doing was you were trying to blunt her power with lobs and just taking the pace off the ball. But how scary is it when you're doing that and all of a sudden she sets up with that huge forehand and you have to just defend? It looked terrifying.
Yeah, it is. You just have to, every time you miss your target, you're like, okay, be ready. You know, you have to be ready on your legs to push hard and try to get it, but most of the time it's a perfect length as well. So yeah, try to break her, you know, her speed of the game, and try to mix it up between hitting it hard and low big, as you said.
Well, we all noticed that right after the match you ran over to your team. It's clear that you had a game plan and you had a lot of work put into today. Can you tell us just a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's it's amazing to have almost all my staff with me, my friend. I mean, my husband, my family are home watching, but it's so nice to have a lot of fans, of friends, and thank you. Thank you for your support.
Well, that probably leads me into the question that came from the audience, which is from M. Calderov, which is, what's your favorite thing about playing here in New York City?
This venue, it's amazing. And it's funny because we were talking about it this morning, saying that it should have been destroyed, right? And Jackie Kennedy saved it. So thank you, Jackie Kennedy.
Well, talking about saving things, you saved 5 match balls today. You are an unbelievably impressive player, executing a very, very tough game plan. Congratulations, Camille.
Thank you very much.
Camille Serme, everyone, into the finals. Well done.
Goodness gracious me, what a monumental bit of drama and squash from that first semi-final. Well, don't go away, because we've still got part 2 of the Women's Tournament of Champions coming up very, very shortly indeed. Well, you two, honestly, I mean, that was, we all went for possible Nouran Gohar. I think even Lee Drew was also obviously getting on the bandwagon of our prediction there, but Camille Serme, I mean, she has turned this around. Coming into that situation after beating Renee Mawilili, again, you can see how emotional she is afterwards, and continuing as we see the pictures through here. But Aisling, you were in the comms box there. It was complete and utter roller coaster, but what entertainment.
Oh
Brilliant.
my God, what a match. What a match. Crowd thoroughly getting into it. But Camille Serme is so sound with her tactical play. And you know, in the 5th, when Gohar got that 3-point lead in the 5th, I thought it was curtains. I thought, you know what? This was a good run, Serme, well done, and now you can go home and you can have a cup of tea. But she was just, the way she comes back and the way she saved those match balls, and her face is just a kind of a glacier, and you can tell underneath it, because you see the emotions when she finishes the match. You can tell underneath it so much must be going on, but she's able to get through it. It's amazing performances from Serme this tournament.
And PJ, you talked about the tactics. I mean, when these 2 ladies played at the US Open, it was a nightmare tactically for Camille Serme. She got it completely wrong. She switched it back round this time round. Obviously, they had to do their homework, and they watched. You can see her now with Philippe Signore and a fitness coach, a mental coach. But, I mean, it's a great organisation.
It's a team effort, isn't it? And you can see that, the way that she literally came straight off the court, running out to Felipe there. I mean, it's a real camaraderie and a great team atmosphere that they've created, and it's paying off. It's working for her.
Well, this was the magic moment of one of the best matches, the best female match I've nearly seen at this tournament. It does throw these emotional, dramatic matches going on. I mean, look at that. I mean, you can't ask for more. The jazz splits, as we call it, from Nouran Gohar. Everything was left on there from both ladies. And also, I love there was a very decent respect afterwards, you know, in the immediate emotional roast. There was a big hug and a real respect back from Gohar. Look at that there. I mean, she's obviously going to be furious, but so much time between the ladies. They're really conducting themselves brilliantly. He's going to need some physio there, Philippe Signore. I think he pulled his hamstring. Well, they obviously doing a great job, and she's just getting better and better with this event, booking a place into the final. Terrific for international squash, as I say. The Egyptians are wonderful, playing such a level, but this young lady from France, and everybody seems young towards me and PJ, but Aisling we won't bring into it. But it is superb. She's booked her place in there, and I just wanted to say to both you guys, physically, I mean, she is in great condition. I mean, she's going to ride this emotional roller coaster. Surely she's got more energy left for the the final coming up tomorrow.
So that's an 80-minute match right there, 23-minute last game. And add that to the 175 odd minutes she played before. So we're looking around 250 minutes on court so far. But you know what? She's done such an amount of work this summer with her new physical trainer. She looks slightly different. She looks slightly stronger. And I don't think that will phase her whatsoever.
It's just interesting seeing these pictures here, PJ. Like, she looks sharp in her eyes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, she's going to have a little warm down and whatever what she's doing there, but there's a lot of energy in her eyes, which is a really good sign, isn't it, for her coming in tomorrow?
I thought the way that she handled this tactically, Joey, was one of the best performances I've seen. Gohar was in complete control of the majority of the rallies, but the way Camille Serme took the pace off the ball and then counterpunch when she had the opportunities, although this was a very testing battle physically, the real test for me will be how does she back up mentally after such a an epic battle.
Well, she's won major titles. She loves it here in North America. She's the previous winner of the US Open as well. But we've got one more semi-final coming up for you. Joelle King taking on the Warrior Princess.